Can you drink some though, dude?
Wow. When we taste it?
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to drink caffeine. Because that thing in my eye.
Just a little.
Okay, you want me to taste it? Hold on, I'll taste it.
Dominic is tasting the coffee. Just a little. Yes. It smells like coffee, he says. This is the Pierce
It does look a little odd. I look in there, it looks a
Well,
little
you just poured, this morning you just poured grounds in there.
Of course, that's how you make coffee. You put
Well, you're supposed to have a
grounds in there.
specific amount.
Oh, let me taste it. Here goes.
Yes.
Oh, it's horrible. Why would they guys drink this? It was horrible.
See, that's what they complain about every
That's
morning.
why I drink like a soda or juice or something. I don't drink coffee.
It's disgusting. That's why.
But do you like coffee, Dom?
No.
I don't like coffee either.
I know I don't like coffee. I drink it because it's free and that, we make it every morning. But I don't like it. But to me, like all coffee tastes like arse.
What'd you do with the poem the lady wrote to me?
Oh, it's somewhere in here.
You had somebody write you a poem?
Oh yeah, Daddy.
Mm-hmm. Lady wrote me a
got
poem.
it?
Yeah. I don't want to read it, but it was really sweet. I mean,
Read it.
No, I'm really, really taken by it.
Let me read the last line.
Okay.
Well, poetry's woman's work, right, Dominic?
No, women and effeminate men.
I know I am nobody and was taught to never pursue a man, but I have no control over my feelings, and I am your biggest fan. If you ever want companionship, or maybe just a friend, there are no strings attached, is the message I send. Aww.
Love
That is
Paula.
nice. No, that is very nice.
No,
Get a picture.
That was nice, I guess.
Get her to send a picture.
Dude, it's like I could use a companion to go out to a movie to hang out with.
Wait, did you see Looper on Saturday?
Yeah, I did.
You son of a bitch. You Madon disgraziata.
But there's other movies I want to see. There's a lot of movies I want to see.
Taken 2 this Friday. Liam Neeson?
Oh, yeah. Did you like Taken 1? Taken 1?
No.
Oh, Taken.
You didn't
Yeah,
like
that's a
Taken?
good movie. Yeah.
I mean, it was okay. There wasn't much to it. He
I
killed a bunch
love
of
that.
dudes.
I love that when he said,
Yes.
I don't know why these guys are so uptight about Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't
Who?
understand it. Joe and Jack. Arnold
Why?
Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What do you mean they're uptight?
I mean, Jesus Christ. He cheated on his wife. Get over it.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, but I mean, they hate him.
Well, they hate him because
Why?
who's the guy's son or whatever? He commuted the sentence of the guy who killed
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Fabian Nunes.
Yeah. His son.
Yes, who cares? I mean,
Who cares? It was cronyism at its worst.
So what? That goes
Or best.
on. How you got to get money to get elected?
I know, but you got to speak out.
See, now I stick it at a whole different thing because Jack and Joe are married, right?
Yeah.
And so they're trying to show to their wives.
Oh.
See, this is what I really believe. I believe like guys like Jack and Joe, what they try to do is they try to show to their wives, oh my God, any man who cheats is so horribly evil, they should kill him and stone him and rip out his eyes.
But inside.
Because they're thinking, I got to show her that I'm not cheating.
Dominic?
No.
Jack and Joe are mad at you.
Why are they mad at me?
Because
See what he does to me, Michael?
you couldn't get Scott Johnson.
Yeah,
I talked to Scott Johnson. He said no comment.
You couldn't
He goes,
get
"I
him
no
on the
comment."
show. You couldn't book him.
Shut up.
Now,
Now, see, do you agree with me, Michael, that these guys are always screaming about other guys cheating? I wish if you're married like Jack and Joe, stop yelling at people who cheat. There's nothing wrong with cheating. It's meant.
What?
Men are allowed to cheat in my book.
Oh, God, here we go. And
Men
women should
are
make coffee.
cheaters. Women should just be happy that they're married and have someone taking care of them. And if a man once in a while has an urge to do dirty, filthy things, thank God he's not doing it with his wife.
What?
Dude,
Dude,
it makes perfect sense.
You should start the show tomorrow morning with this.
No, no. Joe said turn off my mic today. He was mad at me for talking to me.
See, I told you they're mad at you.
Shut up. They're
You're
not.
so
You're
against-
just trying to get me upset.
You're so against society conventions. Would
No.
you rather see Taken 2 or Argo, that Ben Affleck Iran
Taken
Contra?
too.
Oh, not Argo, please. We know what happens.
Yeah, Ben Affleck, dude.
Oh, please control Ben Affleck.
You didn't like The Town? Did you see that?
Yeah, no, I actually fell asleep on that.
Oh, that was a great movie.
No, Ben.
Well, we will go see Taken 2 then.
Okay, ready to hit it?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Ooh, I want to start the show. I got to go to the dentist.
Oh, are you going back to that same house or whatever?
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of it.
Are you going to take the Greyhound there? What if your
prayed
agent
to
listens?
God the agent wasn't listening.
Oh, especially the part where we talked about him taking the Greyhound. There was a laugh track. Yeah, that part.
Man, that was so bad.
He was like, yeah, it cost me $70. And I was like, well, that's kind of how much gas costs. But, dude, when he first told me he was your agent, I just laughed. And I was like, I hope this guy doesn't get offended that I'm laughing.
Yeah, Vince. Vince does that. You know how embarrassing? I know what he's laughing about. Vince thinks everybody in the world is stupid.
No.
So when the guy says he's my agent and Vince sits there laughing his ass off, of course it's obvious, right, Michael, that he's laughing because this guy's my agent.
Well, why do you need an agent to go to a small horror convention? I mean, the horror convention guy could have called you up and been like, "Hey, Dominic."
The big conventions, they make like $2,000-$3,000 a day.
Okay, and this was not a big convention.
No, so
Mike,
you got to stop me out.
You know, Vince, I'm disappointed in you. If you were smart, you would have pulled up a table and chair next to him and said you were part of a film or you're part of Armstrong Getty, and at least got $5 or $10 per autograph.
People did shake Vince's hand, say, "Oh, you're
See,
Vince."
he should have been charging.
Mike, this thing was so small, dude. Like, there was like a room with like Dominic just had like a regular folding table he was sitting at.
Yeah.
And there was a sort of, room for like, I don't know, 20 movie stars or whatever, D-listers. And then you walk into a second room and it was about the size of like a middle school auditorium or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just like, dude, you charge $20 for that crap? And you pay $20 and then you get to buy more crap. You get the right to buy more crap, to buy like hands and stuff.
But one thing I will say is so weird. Like, some of these people said they were stars of films, and they were stars of films that they made. So, like, somebody we make a film called Zombie Eaters, right? And we put it on DVD, and then we sell it, and then we bill ourselves as Meet the Star of Zombie Eaters.
That's
and it's
pretty
like,
weak.
I mean, my God. So it was like, one girl came up to me, she had big old knockers, and she was wearing this thing, like, oh, tell them some of these girls with their breasts.
Was there a lot of them there, Vince?
Oh.
A lot of
women run. No, I mean,
there was a lot of girls there.
There was?
Yeah, you know what? There was like I said, a lot of white people, but a lot of Hispanics, I thought.
I had 2 or 3 black fans who came up to me and just, well, maybe weren't there, but there were, black people love me too.
Well, that's cool.
I'm loved by all people.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just the people. I mean, God bless them that they have something that they're into, that they love.
Yeah.
But geez, I mean, you're hanging on to a bunch of unknown movies and stars.
Wait, that one girl, my one scene in that movie changed her life, and she had great knockers.
I don't know about that.
Well, in the Friday the 13th world, everyone likes to say that Part 5 was the worst film. And see, she came up to me and says, all the other Friday the 13th always criticize you, but I always say that Part 5 was the best.
Ooh.
Because Part 5 was the one where you didn't know who was doing the killings in it. And at the end, you find out it was Jason Wannabe.
Dominic was so funny because, like, Dominic would get into these nonstop, like, long conversations with, fellow D-list actors about the 80s.
Oh, that's so mean.
No, but you would get into this and you would start talking, and then, like, a fan would come up to the table and he would just be standing there watching Dominic talk to John Travolta's nephew. And I would, like, literally kick Dominic in the leg. Like, dude, you have a fan right there. And
Vince was kicking me. I didn't wonder why.
Because people kept coming up and you would just ignore them, dude.
Well, I was having a good time talking with this guy. I mean, he did all these movies. He did this one movie called Summer Camp Massacre or something. It was originally called The Butterfly Revolution or something. And great friend, a guy who didn't eat any kind of bad food, was a real nice guy, nicest guy you ever want to meet, named P. Harold Pruitt. He was at all the parties, always a great guy, and he died of an overdose, and we both knew him, and it was kind of sad, you know. It was like really like Harold's dead, Harold P. Pruitt, you know. He went into this thing called Cry Help for a year to get off of drugs, and he was married, had kids.
So he was on drugs.
He was on drugs.
All right, you made it seem like he was an innocent dude.
No, he was on drugs. He was the first one. He actually got. Oh, I can't say that. Okay, never mind.
What about the chick who had the Daisy Dukes on?
Oh my God!
Like this chick was just like.
Did you get her number, Vince?
I was going to Vince. Is she pregnant? She was like, "What a bell!" First of all,
these Daisy Dukes were so high; they looked like literally grandma panties on her. Okay, and never mind that, but Dominic, like every 2 seconds, was like, "Look at those Daisy Dukes! Look at that fat chick in the Daisy Dukes!" Look, I was like, "Okay, dude, I get it."
So she wasn't exactly Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard.
No, but there was some girls with really big. Like they would show their breasts off.
Yeah, they were wearing like bras.
Yeah,
and it was like,
yeah. And then there was the werewolf and who was the term? Not the Terminator.
The Predator.
The Predator was there, Michael. Ooh.
In that room that was about 60 feet wide.
Then did you go into the green room?
No.
See, like something's wrong with Vince. I go to Vince. Vince, you can go into the green room, and Vince goes, green room.
Wait, I thought you just said that's the green room. I didn't hear you say
no,
go.
You got to go down the
hall. Did they have like snacks and refreshments?
Yeah.
Well, then I would have gone in there.
I don't know. Sometimes we don't communicate correctly. And a lot of Armstrong and Getty people came, which was nice.
Was there a lot of Armstrong Getty fans there?
I wouldn't say a lot.
No, like maybe 5 or 6.
Okay.
Like seriously, like I was there for 3 hours on Saturday. Like probably 10 people came up to Dominic's table.
Were they prominent texters, or were they from the chat, or anything
one
like that?
guy was going on and on about Petrie, and he wanted to know why the A&G got suspended.
And Vince would never make it in the Mafia because the guy kept saying to us, tell us the true story. And I was going, well, we can't comment. Tell us the true story, well, we can't comment. Well, something. So I tried. He seemed to get close to what it was about, Michael. So I got nervous. So I sent him a red herring. I said, well, it has to do with blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, Vince goes, you're lying. I go, shut up, Vince. And then he walked away, and Vince goes to me, which I almost fell on the floor, goes, why didn't you tell him the true story? I said, Vince, we don't know these people. You're going to tell the true story?
I was this close to telling him the truth.
He was an inch away to tell him the true story.
Because who cares, dude? There's no record of the conversation. It's not like we're emailing him.
Dude, how do these people just happen to know everything that really happened?
Well, I asked you. Yeah. I asked you.
Yeah, Vince,
was it worth it?
Can you imagine, Michael?
Was it worth it?
I looked at him. I could not believe when Vince looked at me and says, I was going to tell him.
So you're okay with lying to our listeners, to A&G fans?
Fine. Things we have to lie about. It's not my fault. We have to lie to not lie. We can't comment on.
But I just wanted to tell him so bad.
You're telling me, you know how bad I want to tell people?
You keep a secret, bro?
I'm Italian. I keep it. Okay, get ready. Ready, and hit it.
Yes. Make sure I'm recording this.
It's 5 after. The Armstrong and Getty After Show 5-minute podcast. Without Armstrong or Getty.
But with Vince, Michael, and Dominic. Well, I got to tell you, we got on it again today with this Arnold Schwarzenegger bashing that Joe and Jack are so into bashing this poor man who was a very, he
was an innocent victim.
He was a bodybuilder who came to America, could barely speak English, became famous. So he likes the woman. Okay, cheated on his wife. So what?
It's interesting that he's famous, and anything is interesting when celebrities do something, okay?
Yeah.
And he's in the public spotlight. There isn't a pamphlet of how you handle, the media and criticism and scrutiny and whatever. So it's interesting. I mean, dude, that's what he read. He always talked about his family. He loved Maria, my kids, and the family. But he was banging chicks left and right. That's why it's interesting.
Okay, but wait a minute. You can love your family, your wife, your kids, and still cheat on your wife.
Well, then why? No. Why get married, dude? Why get married?
Okay, listen. My mother and father.
Oh, here we go.
My mother and father.
It goes to gonorrhea
loved
in Italy.
each other, but my father cheated on my mother, and
he didn't truly love her.
He did. He just wanted to have raunchy sex. And my mother.
Well, he should have married
no,
raunchy sex chick.
My mother was a saint. She was a good woman.
Then
she didn't have that kind of sex.
Whore.
No, you married for love. Someone who'll be a good mother, raise your children, a good cook. That's who you marry.
Well, like the
you don't marry a butana.
Like the rapper said,
you don't marry a cheap. You don't marry a cheap whore.
Like the rapper Ludacris says, you want a lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed. You can have both. You can have both.
No,
your
you
dad
can't.
should have divorced your mom.
Shut up. How dare you?
Did
say
your mom
my
know your dad cheated?
Yes.
And she was okay with it.
Yes.
Jesus, what the hell?
Here was the rule: as long as he doesn't do it on the island.
Staten Island?
Yeah, we lived on Staten Island.
Oh, okay.
So she would say, if you really respect me, you do it in Jersey.
Whatever. I'm sorry, but your mom should have left. Maria Shriver should have left.
Shut up. This is typical in Italians, and this is the way the world works. Over 60 to 70% of all men cheat on their wives. Okay. If women are so stupid that they're going to divorce their husband just because the guy cheats on her once or twice, that's what's wrong with the society. Men have urges and needs. I'm serious. If I had a wife, I wouldn't cheat on her. But I can understand why other people would.
Why take the wedding vows, dude? Okay. Why get married?
Dude, why? Okay, think you're a guy. You cheat on your wife. You're going to lose your kids, your family, your
house.
That's
why I don't cheat on my wife. And that's why Maria Shriver should have left.
It's
Hillary Clinton should have left, dude.
It's just sex.
No, not for the guys.
Michael, who's right or wrong? Who's right or wrong, Michael?
I agree with Vince.
You're an idiot.
I'm sorry. I agree with Vince.
Shut up.
You know what? Okay. I do agree on the aspect that guys can do it without any real feeling, as opposed to chicks.
Right.
But still, dude, if you cheat, your wife should leave.
Dude, you're married. You're raising 3 kids. You're working your butt off for your wife. You have a good marriage. 20 years it's going on.
Then divorce her.
And leave your kids and only see your kids one day a week.
See them on the weekends.
No, that's horrible. You would be a bad father if you didn't love your kids enough.
I wouldn't cheat on my wife.
If
I did, I would get a divorce. And I would expect her to leave.
This is what Jack and Joe are not getting. If they got a divorce, they would not be seeing their kids every day. Joe loves his kids like unbelievable, right?
Right.
And imagine him not being able to see his kids but maybe once every 2 weeks.
How about you just get a bunch of different wigs, then you can just go to bed with a different woman every night.
Oh, please. Michael, you can tell that you're not a ladies' man like me. Because let me tell you, I've been with a lot of ladies. Let me tell you, Michael, if you have
the entire time at the convention, he's like, "Oh, I thought I was going to get laid here."
That's true. Michael, here, let me put it something you understand. If every night you have filet mignon,
here we go.
Every night you have after about 20 years of filet mignon,
you get tired of it?
You want a nice piece of fish.
No, you eat whatever you want until you get married, and then you enjoy the filet mignon.
20
years.
My parents were married almost 50 years. And that's because my mother understood that a man has needs. If men would just be honest, because I know Jack and Joe agree with me. I know if they would just be honest, like Joe was honest about it, if his son, he didn't want his son to be gay. They would just be honest. They would say, "So what? I screwed some girl at the station."
But Arnold.
Oh, that's it.
What the hell is that?
That's our time.
Arnold kept the maid working. Don't you think that would have been weird at home?
Employment. He employed the
constantly walking on eggshells. Oh, is Maria going to find out about my son today?
Tomorrow.
What the hell?